Hi there. I'm just giving this car the once-over before the owner arrives. You know, it's okay having a nice shiny bodywork, but what you really need to look at is down there underneath the engine. You know, I've been talking to many of my customers this week about getting rid of this spare tyre and getting fit. But what I really need to know is what to look out for if something's going wrong underneath. Just like how you would if your car was on the blink. Anyway, my customer's just arrived. Dr. Kumar, just the man I need to speak to.
Hello.
Nice to see you. I've just been sorting your car out there.
Okay.
Now, I'd like to talk to you, if you may, about the sensitive subject of cancer. Now, do you think that many men know what to look for when it comes to testicular and prostate cancer?
Not really. They don't know what to look for. The symptoms they are not very much aware of, and therefore we've got to go through the motions once they present with any problems.
Right. Well, let's watch this clip on two men who share with us their experiences of battling cancer.
I'm Barry Saxby and I live in Grimsby. One day I was watching a DVD which had been given to me on men's health matters. I was watching it with my wife. About halfway through, my wife said, "That's the same problem as what you've got." Went round to the doctors and just expecting to tell me the same thing. And he examined me and said, "Oh, you've got a lump on your testicle." Within a couple of days, I got a phone call to go to Grimsby Hospital. I had an appointment with a specialist.
My name's Adam, 23 years old. I found the lump while I was on holiday. I was reading Lance Armstrong's book and basically examined myself one night and found the lump on my right testicle. When I found the lump, I was pretty shell-shocked and just couldn't believe what was happening to me. So just thought I really needed to seek advice from elsewhere and professionals.
The specialist there, he examined me and said I've got suspect testicle cancer. From then on, I went on to have a CT scan and other tests, which was then confirmed.
I personally thought it was the lump was going to be nothing and I could just get on with what I was doing that summer, but when the doctors found a lump initially, they said that it could be benign, so the tumour would have been okay, but if the tumour had stayed there and not been removed, over time it could have become malignant and more cancerous.
I got another phone call from the hospital to come into the hospital, and I was going to operate and take out the offending testicle the following day. I think it was about 8-9 days from going to the doctors to actually being in the hospital and having the operation. I was told I just needed one dose of chemo and everything should be cleared up. When
I found the lump, I went straight to my doctors, and the doctors basically, they don't examine you anymore. So the doctor sent me to my nearest hospital, so that's where I had an ultrasound. They sent the results back to my doctor. The doctor then said to me that it could be cancer. I went to a bigger hospital where they had to take more tests. Once they did that, they then realised, right, we need to get it removed. So that's when I went on to a smaller hospital but more specialised, and they basically removed it. Once that was removed at that hospital, they then examined the testicle for whether it would be malignant or benign. Once those test results went back to my main hospital, I went there and they gave me the all clear.
Last month I had my last 3-monthly checkup, and I've now gone on 6-month checkups, and everything's all clear.
When they said that there's a possibility of you having testicular cancer, I just thought, I just couldn't believe it could happen to such a young person. Any other advice I'd give to people is just check them regularly every month, 2 months, because the sooner you can catch a lump, the better chance you've got. My attitude has now changed, and even the slightest thing that is wrong with me, I don't hesitate to go to the doctors. As it was, I was lucky with the cancer. They'd caught it early, and it was a rush job for me to get in, but within a month everything was all cleared, and hopefully it's going to stay that way. If I'd waited any longer, I might not be so lucky.
Well, to be honest with you, Dr. Kumar, I wouldn't know what to look out for. I wouldn't even know what the difference is between prostate and testicular cancer.
Well, in short, prostate is a gland which is not to be seen from outside, and it's a male gland predominantly, and therefore you've got to have yourself examined together with signs and symptoms. Testicular cancer, again, you can't judge from the outside. You've got to examine yourself now and then.
And what are the signs of problems with your prostate?
With the prostate cancer, first of all, you have to consider your age. It usually is in an age group which is 50 and over, and of course, only in males. The first thing people notice is waking up 2 or 3 or 10 times even at night to pass water. They go there, they pass a few drops, come back and go back again. Or they might pass a few drops of blood in it as well. Or, in absence of all these, they can get obscure bony pains all over the body without any history of injury or anything at all.
And what about testicular cancer?
Testicular cancer, again, it might not present with any symptoms at all, except that you are examining yourself one day and all of a sudden you discover these lumps, which could be, in most of the cases, is normal testicle. But it's better to get yourself examined at the doctors. And when you're looking for it, you look for the smoothness of the testicle. If there's any roughness or if an extra lump appears anywhere, be in doubt, run to your GP and he'll examine it for you. And
well,
essentially that's what it is.
Thank you very much for that advice,
Pleasure.
Dr. Kumar. Yeah. Now, I'm sure I'm not alone when I say I don't check myself very often at all. Or I'm not even sure if I'm doing it right. My assistant, Penny, went down to train with the Grimsby Town lads to see if they knew what to do.
Cheers, Ernie. Well, all my wishes have come at once as I am in training with the Grimsby Town football team.
I'm Dwayne Samuels and I play right back.
Stephen Watt, I'm the centre defender.
David Lee, play left back.
Kenny Arthur, I'm a goalkeeper.
Darren Kempson and I'm a central defender.
Peter Barr and I play right back.
Rob Eagle, play left wing.
Mickey Cummins, central midfield.
Steve Crowdson, I'm a goalkeeper coach.
Scott Garner, I'm 21 and I play centre back.
They may kick one round the football pitch, but I'm not so sure they really know their balls.
A lump in your testicles.
Just lumps in it. So.
People say about checking things, but I'm not too sure.
I think there's been bits in the press documented recently on how to kind of examine yourself and all sorts of stuff like that.
So who's really checking down there?
I do, I would say maybe once, twice a week I do have a check.
Brothers had testicular cancer about 3 years ago, and before that I probably wouldn't check myself as much.
I do check quite a bit, but I've never found anything, so all is good so far.
Just pretty much when you're in the shower, really, just as you're having a clean.
Yeah, every now and again, yeah. Probably not as much as I should, but yeah.
Yeah. Every now and again.
Now and again, I suppose, but I don't know what I'd spot checking for.
And is it a proper check?
Never really been shown. I just sort of get common sense and just check for lumps.
I honestly don't know. It's kind of have a little fiddle about.
I think I've got a general idea how to do it.
I don't know how to check myself now.
So guys, do you think the rest of the blokes around here look after themselves?
In general, I think fellas do look after themselves.
I'd say majority does, say 85%, 90% does.
I think everyone does now. I think everyone looks after themselves. I think everyone's different culture these days, I suppose, isn't it? So yeah, I think people do.
I think it's becoming more high profile, especially in sort of football circles. There's been a few high profile cases over the last couple of years that have made people more aware about it.
So, not many of the team check themselves either, or know how to. What should we be looking for when it comes to testicular cancer? But what should we do if we think we've found something suspicious?
It's absolutely necessary that you recognize anything abnormal which you have never noticed before on the testicles. Testicles are smooth organs, one on each side. If you notice any bumpiness or roughness or lumpiness of any of the sides, make an urgent appointment with your own GP and he will get you down as soon as possible. These cases are treated as very urgent. Sooner the better.
So as men, we need to make ourselves more aware of what's going on with our bodies.
Absolutely. Time is the main factor. Sooner the better, as I said, and treatment can be carried on as quick as possible.
Right, thank you very much for that, Dr. Kumar.
It's my pleasure.
Very good for that advice. I'll have your car ready for you this afternoon.
Thank you very much.
OK, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Cheerio. It's vital for men to attend the doctors at the first sign that something may be wrong. The earlier we can catch these symptoms, the more likely we are to be able to treat the ailment effectively. Let's have a look at Ernie's pit stop health tips with my assistant, Penny.
Most men know their own cars. They can tell when something's wrong. They notice dents and scratches that shouldn't be there. So they get it fixed. Bad knee, weak bladder, headaches, heartburn. So when it comes to their own bodies, why don't they do the same? Get help when you need it, because men's health matters.
We'll see you next time in Ernie's Pit Stop with more top tips to help you jumpstart your health.